Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be going through the last act of the pink cupcake roadmap. Basically it's a roadmap that's popped up that has cupcakes as the energy you use and the reward you receive. So if you do every single act and complete it without failure, you'll gain 325 of these cupcakes. Not too many, but it's nice. But on top of that, you'll also gain all the stage rewards, and some of them are mods, some of them are gearboxes, and on the last act, every single one gives you just the next tier of trainer: 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and then you get a Ulysses and a It's a nice little bonus, but the difficulty does massively scale. It goes obviously from S2++ on this one to S9, and the other ones it's just a slightly below. It goes up to S8++, and then on the first one it goes up to S8+. Now I didn't find this too difficult, and it's mainly because of how they are geared. The first two waves of every stage are walkers, and then it's a human stage. Now the human stage can be pretty difficult, but the walker stages, you can charge up your characters to get their rushes ready so that when you hit that human stage, you can just blitz it with all your rushes. Now because of this, these two characters right here are two of the best characters you can take on these stages because they give crit, which was obviously just take down those walkers really nice and easily, and they also give attack, which means that when you do hit that human stage and do all your rushes, you'll do lots and lots of damage. I'm actually going to take both of these characters because Connor is a great backup. So once I get onto those human stages, I'll be doing a lot more damage with my rushes. But either of these characters is good. Obviously, if you do take Connor, you have to take fast characters behind him. I think there's also Aaron, who you can take as a leader. There's a bunch of characters that give crit and a stat. I think there's a defensive one in Dwayne. Someone just made me aware of that recently. I haven't used him too much. So there are a couple of leaders that have crit and also a stat. So this is the team I'm going to go with, and I'm basically, like I said, going to charge up all those rushes, and I'm just going to blitz that last stage. Doesn't matter too much what I take as my faction support, but as you saw, a couple of Diegos are there, so I'm going to use them as faction supporter for the last couple of stages, and you'll see I just hit crits pretty easily. Don't have crit mods on any of these characters, I don't think. I think it's pretty much all attack and defense and HP, and we're going to get through the first couple of stages pretty easily. You can see this first stage not too difficult, and then it goes on to a human stage. This is how it has been for all the other acts as well. Every single stage has been 2 walkers and then a human. So I'll take out a side character first just so I can use Alpha's rush in the middle. Didn't even need to debuff, but we'll do it that's how we'll do it every single stage. But I'm also going to be able to take the Diego, which means I can actually sub out Connor, so I might just quickly do that. So I've only got 3 Diegos as faction support, so I'm going to use them for the last 3 stages because I figure they're going to be the harder ones. So we'll just get through it with these characters at the moment. And it shouldn't be, like I said, it shouldn't be too hard. It's just annoying that there's barriers if you're taking a melee team. Never understood why the barriers were there for melee teams. Should be able to attack over the top of like certain objects. Maybe not long distance attacks, but attacking over the top of that car, for instance, or these barriers down the bottom would make perfect sense. Sort of like being able to attack through a fence would make sense, that sort of deal. So everyone's got their rush. It's just going to be the blitz on the last stage. I should have maybe done Zeke's buff before. No big deal. Yeah, no big deal at all. Boom. Only needed more than 2 people for the other waves in that stage. And now we're going to have Diego on every single stage. It's going to be really, really nice on that last wave. So Diego, he doesn't give crit, but he does give a bit of damage to my greens. It's mainly his rush being pretty immense. Defense down on that last wave. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be exactly the same thing as we saw before, but it's gonna be everybody getting debuffed. I'm not sure if the last wave is going to be really tough. It's S9+, I think. So it could be a bit more difficult. Is that a new walker? That looks like a new walker with the hairband. That's cool. I've noticed that walker before. Let's actually pay attention to this next one. Oh, okay, it's humans. My bad. So he should do a lot of damage by himself. Okay. Okay, that works, I guess. Going with Diego on the next one as well. Okay, yeah, some of these walkers look new. And this one I think is new. I don't pay that much attention to them, I have to be honest. My bad. I don't pay that much attention to them. But I think the rest are fairly reused assets. Okay, I'm gonna look up opposite before the last stage. Not that it has mattered so far. Last wave of the stage. I always say stage when I mean wave. Act, wave, stage. I call everything stages a lot of the time. I think most of you know what I mean. Is Diego going to do it by himself again? Not this time. It's close enough though. This seems actually really easy. If I'm honest, I don't think this has been too difficult at all. It says it's S9 plus. What? S9. It says it's S9. I'll just take another Diego for the sake of it. I don't think we really needed him. It's cool to see him. Could have maybe taken Axel, because there is an Axel in my faction supporters. Okay. So I'd say this is pretty straightforward. Not too difficult. You do get 325 cupcakes for completing the entire thing, but it's the stage rewards on top of that. The gear on the second act in particular, the trainers in the third act is very nice too. But basically, charge up your rushes like I have been, and you should be okay. You should be okay. Take a couple of heavy hitters in. I mean, we'll check the stats on this last wave before I nuke it, just so you can see the sort of defenses. There was a stage that had like 4k defense or 3k defense. Yeah, they had around these sort of stats. So he's got 4k defense. So this is the most difficult we've seen in terms of defensive stats, but their attacks are not too high. They're actually like much lower than they would be in raids. Like 2.9k for a decap is not that high, but his defense is pretty high. I mean, he got killed by just one rush by 250% from Diego, which is incredible, and the rest should die too. So yeah, not too difficult at all. I definitely recommend, just to get a little bit of a boost on those cupcakes. Get your stage rewards as well. Get those stage rewards like this, Lilith, and obviously we get cupcakes. And I would have got a bit of a boost. I was at not by much, just by 325. You get 325 for completing everything as a bonus. But it's a little bit of extra stuff, so I would say definitely worthwhile doing it. I did do the strong enemies, red flags, and new recruit roadmaps on my stream yesterday. If you need to do those, just check the stream out. It should be in your history on notifications. It will be live probably tomorrow or the day after. I'm not 100% sure when it'll be fully processed by YouTube. But that's it. That's the end of my video, guys. Hopefully this helped. I'd say it's much more straightforward than the other roadmaps that are going on right now. Definitely worth it for the rewards. But that's it. do give me a shout if you have any issues. Discord link is in the description. That's the end of my video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.